We got all this residual still reverberating from the 2020 election cycle. This tweet comes from New Mexico Albuquerque police on Monday. Let's put up the tweet. APD has arrested Solomon Peña for the recent shootings at local lawmakers' homes. Peña, an unsuccessful legislative candidate in 2022 election, is accused of conspiring with and paying 4 other men to shoot at the homes of 2 county commissioners and 2 state legislators. And you know what? This really is a damn shame. I mean, really, I know you wanted to win, but yeah, you're going too damn far. Let's put this up. Solomon Peña, 2022, this is it, this is him. Republican candidate for New Mexico House District 14. This is him, the one that was arrested for going too far. Not just going too far, breaking the law. So what exactly did he do? So glad you asked. We want you to know that. Peña, who lost his November race by an overwhelming margin of 26% to 24%, is suspected of orchestrating the 4 shootings that began in early December. Local authorities accuse Peña of hiring 4 men to help carry out the attacks, and Peña himself pulled the trigger in one of the shootings. Peña has made repeated claims that the election was rigged. He attended the January 6th. I mean, this stuff is going hand in hand. He attended that. And the Democratic lawmakers who he targeted were, there you go, Brillanello County Commissioner Adriana Barboa, State House Speaker Javier Martinez, Commissioner Debbie O'Malley, and Senator Linda Lopez. Thank you, Jake, from Common Dreams, for this reporting. Now, no one was injured in the attacks, thank God. But as the Associated Press reported, these bullets passed through the bedroom of the state senator's 10-year-old daughter. This is really bad, Ben.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. And like the unfortunate reality is that this actually happens a lot more than most people realize. As somebody that's worked in Democratic politics in like pretty rural areas of Minnesota, I've actually heard like plenty of stories over the of things that have happened over like the past 10 years, basically, where people have had like their houses shot at or stuff. And usually nothing comes of it, because usually like the local police department, you got like basically 10 guys who are all voting for Republicans anyway. They say, well, we can't really track them down. There's nothing we can really do. And obviously like the local press is like, I don't know, we just are stenographers for what the police say. So, like maybe somebody just randomly shot at your house for no reason. And like that's kind of the treatment that people get all over the place, especially in areas where Democrats just don't have a chance of winning, right? And so it's good that this instance is actually like potentially facing some justice. But this has been a problem literally throughout the entire history of the United States. The political right in the United States has always been incredibly violent. Political violence is probably one of the most consistent factors that exists in American politics, because we have to remember, I mean, quite literally, I forget what exact state it was. I think it was South Carolina or North Carolina that had a majority black legislature until a bunch of white terrorists literally like killed people, stuffed ballots, and like just like literally like, and so it's like fundamentally this has just been going on. This has been going on throughout the entire history of the United States of America. It's just that often it just gets pushed under the radar because once again, the interests of giant corporations very often align with the interests of these white supremacists, with the interests of the political right. And so they get away with doing a lot of political violence. I mean, just once again, look at January 6th, right? In other countries like Brazil, when they have their own version of January 6th, they're not even allowed to leave the scene. They get rounded up and arrested right on the spot. But in the United States, somehow the majority of those people were able to go home to their families. And I think maybe like a dozen people were arrested that day. And so it's just like, that is the extreme nature of politics inside the United States. And so it's good to see justice in this instance, but this is something that I wish people had more eyes on more consistently throughout the entire country.
Yeah, of course. And police, they did confirm that this is definitely politically motivated. So hopefully justice will be served. And just so unfortunate that that happened. And then it's just especially, with a child. But you don't even want adults having to go through this. And it's just that especially, having her 10-year-old daughter that could have been struck by a bullet. This is absolutely shameful. And I remember also during the 2016 presidential campaign, I mean, people shot at our Nevada campaign headquarters for Senator Bernie Sanders. So you're absolutely right. This happens so often in politics. It is unacceptable. All right, folks. Now we need to look at ourselves in the mirror on this.